Facebook ads or Pinterest ads? Which one should I be using? Should I use both? Which one is better? I get this question quite frequently, and when I was asking my community for video ideas, they asked me to cover this topic, and basically what they wanted to know, because a chunk of the people that watch my videos, while they have tried Facebook ads, maybe they don't know what all you can do with targeting with Facebook ads. So they asked for like the technical side of these two platforms and running ads, and basically the targeting, the cost, the imagery, things like that. So if you're interested to learn a little bit about the targeting aspects of Facebook ads versus Pinterest ads, this video is for you today. Hey guys, I'm Heather Ferris. Welcome to this week's quick episode on all things Pinterest. I am a Pinterest marketing agency owner, and I run an education company helping you to understand how to use Pinterest in your business. So if that's something that you are interested in learning this year, stick around. I'd be happy to have you. So today we're talking Facebook versus Pinterest ads. And one of the questions I get quite often from new ads clients is, should I be running Facebook ads as well? And then they also ask, what kind of difference can I see in cost per acquisition or even cost per lead that they bring in. I have some notes, so you may see me reference those throughout the video, but let's just start at the top. And it's the number one reason why I think you should be running Pinterest ads, especially if your audience is over there. And that's because when you turn your Pinterest ad off, you still get reciprocal benefits of running that ad long after it's no longer running. So you upload your imagery to the platform, you turn on your ad, and you run it, and then you turn it off, and the image still lives there. It can still be found through organic search, and because you put money behind it, the algorithm has picked up that pin has high engagements, and it's more likely to be served again. It's what we like to call earned on the Pinterest side. So you have paid metrics where you have everything you paid for to gain a lead. Well, you also have earned metrics that you earned as a result of running the ad, but the ad is no longer running. That is the number one reason why I love running Pinterest ads, because it lives on forever. So let's cover a little bit about the difference of the two platforms quickly. So Facebook is definitely a place for people to go. They hang out there. They're talking to their friends and family there. They may have a business and they may be hanging out there for business purposes like I do. It's the only reason I'm on Facebook anymore. Other than that, though, they are there for personal reasons. So as they're scrolling through the feed, if they see ads that are enticing, they are more likely to then purchase that or even have an impulse buy as a result. It may even be like boomerang or retargeting ads that they're seeing as a result of shopping on other platforms, and then they see those ads in their platform. So all in all, Facebook is very social, whereas Pinterest is a search engine. The reason that people are on the two platforms differs vastly. The reason people go to Pinterest is to search for things and to find new inspiration and ideas, to find new meal plans, to learn how to budget, to figure out how to tile their bathroom shower by themselves, things like that. The reason people are on Facebook is to catch up with what's already happened. Pinterest, they are going to decide what may happen in the future. Two different reasons why they're on the platform, therefore it puts them in two different buyer intent categories. People on Pinterest are more likely to buy and spend more money. There are statistics to show that this is the case. I can link some in the description, versus people who use Facebook and Instagram. You have targeted buyers on Pinterest and you have impulse buyers on Facebook. Let's talk about the targeting for both platforms. Targeting options for Facebook are definitely different and definitely more robust than Pinterest, and I will hands down give all the credit where credit is due there. But the Facebook platform is much older. The Facebook ads platform, at least, is much older than your Pinterest platform, especially the Pinterest ads platform. So with that being said, they've invested heavily into that, and they have more options. So some of those options are location, demographics, behavior, connections, interests, contact lists, app users, site visitors, languages, devices used. There are others. We can put a list up on the screen. On Pinterest, the list is definitely smaller, but it's definitely more targeted. You have interests. You can create warm audiences from customer lists, engagement audiences, people who have engaged with your pins. You can create act-alike audiences, also known as lookalike audiences on Facebook. You can create buyer lists, so people who have bought from you in the past, you can retarget them. And the best part of all of the Pinterest targeting is the keyword targeting. So I love keyword targeting because it does layer in an additional, buyer intent, because they're searching for something very specific. When keywords are then used in the platform, you can really dial in on targeting your person. So that is the difference. Like, you could target a mom who's 25 to 34, who lives in Los Angeles, who's interested in baking and homeschool on Facebook. Well, you need to know what that mom is also interested in, but also what she's searching for on Pinterest in order to present your ad to her. So it's kind of the difference in the targeting. Now, imagery. Let's talk imagery. So on Facebook, you definitely have an advantage when it comes to presenting your text and the reason why someone should buy your thing. Because you have this entire thing of text that you can write. You can write a freaking novel. You don't have that option on Pinterest. So you have all of this text, and you have the first couple of lines that are going to show in the feed before they have to click read more. Then you have an image on Facebook. Then you have a headline and a button, and possibly a description under the headline if you choose to use it. On Pinterest, you have a very, very short little title, an image, and then you have a description. So if they actually close up on it, which if they click on the pin, it immediately swoops them through. So in order for them to see all the extra details, including the description, which oftentimes doesn't actually appear on an ad on Pinterest, for some reason they don't save, they actually have to save it to a board and close up on it. So you have less time and text and ability to convince on Pinterest, which means you have to be very, very targeted on your, imagery and text that you're using. So there's vastly two different ways there to target your people and convince them to click on your ad, platform to platform. Costs, I've actually done some of my own research and my own client ad accounts for Pinterest. In the last 4 months on Pinterest, the cost per lead prior to Christmas was between 90 cents and $1.50 for my clients. Cost per purchase on Pinterest has been anywhere from $5-ish to $17 for my clients. Now, Facebook, since I don't run a ton of Facebook ads and I don't have clients, well, I have clients who are running Facebook ads, but I don't talk to them about their Facebook ads. I had to ask around and do some asking before doing this video, and they told me that their average cost per purchase over there is anywhere from $5 to $15. So I think platform-wise, depending on your targeting and your product and the buyer journey, they could be on par with each other. Now, I have had clients whose purchase acquisition has been, $47 and their product was $67. And it's just a matter of audience. So when you're comparing apples to oranges, it's going to be really hard to know without testing yourself. So I encourage you to run an ad on both platforms to the same thing and see what your differences are. Let's talk about objectives on both platforms. So the types of campaigns that you can run. You can definitely run a lot more types of campaigns on Facebook, but they're pretty much the same on Pinterest. So Pinterest, you have brand awareness, video views, traffic, conversions, and catalog sales. On Facebook, you have conversion, brand awareness, reach, traffic, app installs, engagement, video views, lead generation, messages, catalog sales, and store traffic. So you definitely have a wide range, and they break them down into 3 categories on Facebook. So your categories are awareness, consideration, and conversion. So it's definitely phases of the like user intent or buyer journey. So you definitely have more options as far as campaigns on Facebook. I don't know very many entrepreneurs like myself who are running Facebook ads that aren't using conversions and optimizing for purchases. That's the Facebook intensive I went through with Brilliant Business Mom. She taught us to use conversion campaigns with purchase objective. So, I mean, that's what I've always used, and I think the majority of my entrepreneur friends are also doing the same thing. Now, many of you could be in way different niches than that, so it could be just vastly different for you. So I cannot give you Facebook ads advice. If you want that, you need to reach out to my friend Rose over at Rosie Does Digital. She's fantastic with Facebook ad stuff, and she's your gal. All right, let's hit on my favorite point again. So just a reminder for anyone that may have skipped the beginning of this video. My favorite reason for using Pinterest ads versus Facebook ads is the half-life of the content. Your half-life of Facebook posts are anywhere from, a few minutes to 5 hours. Your half-life of Pinterest pins are 3 to 5 months, but they can be found in search for years later, like years after it originally was pinned. So for that reason alone, I love Pinterest ads, not just because that's my business model and what I teach and what I do for clients, but it's just lucrative to have that content out there, and once you've promoted it once, it just continues to live on. Take this information with a grain of salt. I am not a Facebook ads expert. I will be the first to tell you. I don't even consider myself a Pinterest ads expert. I've just ran lots of ads and spent lots of money running ads for clients and myself. So here we are at the end of another episode on this whole Pinterest marketing channel. So if you've enjoyed this video and the breakdown between the two types of ads and the things you need to look at on both platforms when running them, make sure you join us. Hit the subscribe button and head on over and watch our Pinterest ads playlist to learn more about Pinterest ads and the types of campaigns you can run and how to optimize them. And I will see you next time.